New tonight at 10, a North Dakota law slated to go into effect this August could lead to a legal battle between the state and the city of Fargo.
It would allow the sale of guns out of someone's home. In other words, in neighborhoods, something city leaders aren't on board with.
Valley News Team's Nishay Taylor is live in the newsroom with us for more. Nishay?
Mike and Andrea, about a year ago, this topic was brought up for discussion before the City Commission, and it was tabled to allow for more public input. This time, there's even more concern. North Dakota House Bill 1248 was signed into law and will take effect August 1st. The statute restricts municipalities from enacting zoning ordinances relating to firearms and ammunition. Commissioner Dave Pepcorn says this law presents a safety issue.
I don't agree that you should have a gun store in your neighborhood. We don't oppose guns, but it's just having a retail gun store in your neighborhood or right next door to my house. I would not be happy with that.
Pepcorn also stated if the matter was taken to court, the city would win. Besides that, city leaders feel this is a local matter and should be decided by local leadership, not by the state. Commissioner Arlette Preston initially mentioned she would only vote for this amendment because if not, it would be going against state law. But she, like others, did not agree with local control being taken away. After much discussion and knowing they have until the 1st of August, the matter was tabled until the next City Commission meeting on June 28th. Andrea?
Thanks, Nishay. Fargo's city attorney indicated that if the matter did go to court and the city would lose, it could be on the hook for legal fees. Other commissioners indicated that could lead to wasted money and time.
Meanwhile, drug overdoses are up more than 200% in the city of Fargo. The annual police report for 2020 indicates that Fargo police responded to 91 overdoses. In 2019, that number was only 34. It was even less in 2018. Fargo and West Fargo police chiefs have worked with House representatives on a bill that would increase penalties for drug dealers and traffickers while maintaining protections from criminal prosecution under the Good Samaritan law. Of the 91 overdoses in 2020, 18 were listed as fatal.
Still no word yet on what caused a fire to break out at an apartment building. It happened this afternoon at 3325 17th Avenue South in Fargo. 2 decks were on fire. No one was hurt and a dog was rescued from a unit. Roads are open again after 17th Avenue South closed, so crews could put out the flames and watch for hot spots.
As the city of Fargo mulls over what to do with the site of the former Mid-American Steel, we now know it's going to be cleared. Fargo leaders tonight approving spending $307,600 to demolish the buildings and clean up. Fargo's fire chief indicated that it's an unsafe area and both Fargo and fire police are spending time trying to keep it secure.
A Devils Lake family is calling for change tonight for amputees in North Dakota. Their insurance company recently denied a claim, stating its policy only covered 1 prosthetic limb per lifetime, despite doctors saying that's the opposite of what's medically needed.
Honestly, it's ridiculous because nobody's body stayed the same since they were 19, as far as I know.
There just isn't that much margin for error with a prosthetic limb.
You can find our full investigation into this story as well as how you can help the family on our VNL News app. Just click on this story. And this story was submitted through our whistleblower hotline. If you need help with an issue in your community, call 237-6576 and leave your tip.
A driver who lost control of his car ended up crashing into a fence tonight. It happened along 32nd Avenue near 39th Street South in Fargo. That driver was checked out for injuries, wasn't taken to the hospital. Firefighters worked to make sure that fuel that was leaking was cleaned up. In South Dakota, a 10-year-old boy has died rescuing one of his younger siblings from drowning. Officials say that the body of Ricky Snev was recovered from the Big Sioux River Saturday night. His mother tells the Argus Leader that Ricky was out on the river with his dad and siblings when several of them fell into the river. She says Ricky jumped in to save his sister and got her to shore, but when his father and siblings turned around, Ricky was missing. The boy's father said his son was the type of boy to do anything for anyone.
Game and Fish staff issued a warning today. Avoid baby animals if you find them alone. They say most of the time when you find a young animal alone, it hasn't been abandoned. Deer, some ducks, and rabbits can isolate young to protect from predators, visiting a couple times a day. If the animal is moved by someone trying to save or adopt it, they may prevent it from learning lessons in survival.
We should not assume that it's orphaned. And in a lot of cases, the mother's probably watching you. And so, by picking up an animal that you assume to be orphaned, you're probably actually diminishing the chances of that animal's survival.
Game and Fish also paid out more than $700,000 statewide in lieu of property taxes to North Dakota counties. Game and Fish manages more than 200,000 acres of land stretching across 51 counties. When the department started managing federal land or acquiring land itself, counties were concerned about losing some of their tax base. To make up for this, the department makes payments equal to what the property tax would be on the land.
Most townships will tell you that they don't have the budget to do the things they want to do now in terms of road maintenance, fire protection. Some of that money goes to education.
Cass County received more than $7,800 in tax payments. Grand Forks got more than $15,000, and Richland County received more than $19,000.
North Dakota could be losing the oil race. New data shows that the state is dropping from the number 2 spot to number 3. The U.S. Energy Information Administration indicated that Texas comes in at number 1 with crude oil production at more than 4.7 million barrels per day. New Mexico takes over the 2nd spot with 1.1 million barrels. North Dakota falls to 3rd with just over a million. More mobile vaccination clinics are slated for Grand Forks this week, and walk-ins will be accepted. The clinics will offer the Johnson & Johnson vaccine and Pfizer and Moderna for those who need their 2nd shot. To find a list of where and when you can get a shot, log on to our website at valleynewslive.com. And if you're looking for places to get the vaccine, use our VNL Vaccine Tracker. It's on the homepage of our website, or you can open your phone camera and point it to the QR code on your screen, then tap the link that pops up.
Still ahead tonight, a North Dakota farmer's TikTok video takes off. We'll show you what he posted.
But first, a much quieter forecast, but there are some rain changes coming, and Hutch is going to break it down for us right after this break.